All right, let's see if we can turn this nasty tape around. Raytheon Technologies trading higher. Remember, that's the old UTC or UTX or United Technologies with Raytheon. After beating estimates and raising their 2021 outlook, and it was clean. Joining us now for a CNBC exclusive interview is Raytheon Technologies Chairman and CEO Greg Hayes. And Greg, you know we always love to see you on Squawk on the Street.
Jim, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been it's always nice to be able to chat with a friend.
There you go, David. Call me a friend.
Yeah,
that's what we like.
You're a friend.
Okay, David's not a friend, but I'm a friend. All right, Greg, let's go right into it. You seem to have an incredible aerospace business. It's almost as if the airplane companies, the airlines, are spending a lot of money. Maybe it's the government money to be able to get the parts that they need, that is a pull-through versus where we might have had basically a recession of orders?
Yeah, you know, it's an odd recovery here on the commercial aerospace side, where typically, and I think we've talked about this before, where we see a recovery in revenue passenger miles or RPMs about 6 months after the return of traffic. The airlines then have the financial wherewithal to start buying parts and overhauling engines and doing all those things necessary to meet the increasing demand. In this case, what we have seen is a recovery in commercial aftermarket, and on top of or even ahead of the recovery in traffic. And that's caught us a little bit by surprise. Now, it's a good news surprise. It's just accelerated a lot of aftermarket activity here into the second quarter. But it is different. Again, I would attribute it to two things. One is the airlines see the demand coming. And just as importantly, the government support that airlines have had around the world have allowed them to be in a position where they can actually spend money to get the planes ready. And I think that all bodes well as we think about the second half of this year as this recovery continues.
Well, let's talk defense, because obviously Raytheon, when you merge, it's a huge business. I didn't think it was particularly at the time that well run. But when I look at, say, Lockheed Martin yesterday, Jim Taiclet, he had a real good hand, but not a great hand. Why? Because they're F-35, which is something that you don't have that much involved with. Your defense contracts are uniquely 21st century. If we do have a Cold War, or heaven forbid, a hot war with China, can you tell us about how the war will be fought versus how we used to fight wars?
I think what you have to understand is the war of the 21st century will first be fought in cyberspace and then in outer space. You're not going to see a land war in Asia. You don't need main battle tanks. You don't need troops on the ground. It's going to be fought, again, first in cyberspace and then in outer space and then on the sea and then in the air. And I think we're uniquely positioned because, again, we are, I would say, platform agnostic. We have the best sensing systems, the best effectors or missiles, the best comm systems, and we can play across all of the portfolio, whether it's on the Navy side, whether it's for the Air Force, whether it's for the Army. And it's all about protecting the troops on the ground, protecting those ships on the sea. And again, we have some unique capabilities, and it's going to change, though. I would tell you, and I mentioned this the other day, that we had talked for the last 30 years about stealth technology. Well, stealth is interesting, but with the new hypersonics, speed will trump stealth. And I think that's important to keep in mind. And we are very focused on how do you defeat hypersonic weapons, be they space-based or land-based missiles. Something cruising along at Mach 5, it's tough to hit. And I think those are the technologies that we have that can actually help defend not just the homeland, but also ships at sea. So I feel very good about the portfolio and where we're making those big investments.
Well, all right, Greg. Well, I mean, you said no land war, but then you said a lot of this is used to defend forces that are on the land. So I just want to fully understand your. I mean, not that we want there to ever be war, and we all certainly hope none of this comes to pass.
Yeah, look, the reason you have this superior defense technology is to have such a strong hand that no one would dare to ever do anything. But when I talk about the homeland defense, what we're talking about is defending the continental U.S. from an attack, be it by a rogue state with a missile or some type of a hypersonic attack. And again, we're not talking about land wars here. We're talking about how you defend forward air bases, which is the Army's responsibility. You talk about how you defend against any of these new weapon systems, how you defend your space-based assets. You think about it, in the first few minutes of any war, the goal of the other side is going to be to take out satellites. How do you replenish those? How do you protect those? Those are the technologies that we're focused on.
Right. Greg, back to something a little less worrisome, although still a worry, is business travel and aviation. We just had Larry Culp on, one of your competitors. He seems to be pretty sanguine on the prospects for it coming back. Where are you? I mean, we know, obviously, commercial travel has been very strong. Or, excuse me, individual travel has been very strong. But what about the commercial side?
Yeah, so leisure travel has come back, I think, faster than anybody expected, but not surprising given the pent-up demand. And leisure travel makes up about 70% of our revenue passenger miles, let's say. Business travel is the other 30%. We don't really expect all of the business travel to come back before probably 24, maybe even 25. Again, we've all learned to work remotely. We've learned how to do that efficiently. And I think that's going to keep a lid on the recovery of business travel. Now, some business travel is essential. We need to be out at customers. We need to be out servicing our equipment. We need to be out supporting our customers. That half of business travel, I think, will come back relatively quickly as the world opens up. But I think the other half of business travel is going to be slower to recover as people have found different ways to be productive and still be connected. And I think that's going to be the challenge as we think about the overall shape of the recovery. Good news, of course, is commercial air traffic, revenue passenger miles are still going to go up 5% a year. So what you'll see is probably that leisure portion of the travel become more than 70%, maybe it becomes 75 or 80%. But again, I think there's still going to be a demand out there for aircraft and aircraft engines and aircraft systems, and we're well positioned there.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.